There is something unsettling about a photograph of Adolf Hitler laughing. Not because laughter is strange in itself, but because we know what his regime did. The destruction of democracy, the planning of aggressive war, the machinery of persecution, and ultimately genocide. So when we see a grin, a chuckle, even a moment of warmth, it doesn't soften the history. It sharpens a question. How do dictators want to be seen? 1. The 4S daughter image, Berghoff, Ijo Sensen. In 1933, not long after Hitler became chancellor, his circle promoted photographs that fused politics with a sentimental family tone. One of the best-known shows Hitler with a young girl, Rosa Bernila in Jena, at his mountain retreat. In the image, Hitler's face is relaxed and pleased, the expression hovering between a broad smile and a gentle laugh. A dictator who needed to look like a national savior also needed to look approachable, almost paternal. In modern terms, it's soft-focus branding. But under Nazism, it carried a more dangerous implication. The leader is the emotional center of the nation, the man to whom childhood itself supposedly belonged. At the Nuremberg Rally of 1934, the choreography of mass politics turned Hitler's public smile into a tool of propaganda. The spectacle promised unity and destiny, and the grin suggested confidence and admiration rather than mere fear. As the Nazi project relied on consent and enthusiasm as well as terror, such emotional cues formed a sales pitch that helped normalize exclusion and violence. A few years later, another image. Hitler beside young Helga Goebbels in a casual, child-friendly setting, his expression openly amused. This was no accident. Goebbels' propaganda machine understood the power of normality. A gentle leader, safe around children, presented as affectionate and ordinary. The image is a wordless argument meant to make brutality seem incompatible. With a smile yet, it served the same system that enabled persecution and war. 4. Good news. The newspaper image. 1936. There is a well-known image commonly captioned along the lines of good news, dated to 1936, showing Hitler apparently delighted by something he has read in a newspaper. The expression is unmistakably pleased, eyes narrowed with mouth shaped like a laugh, the posture suggesting a moment of private satisfaction. 5. Berlin Olympics, August 1936. A laugh at the world stage. Now to Berlin in August 1936, at the Olympic Games. In one photograph, Hitler is present with other prominent figures, and his expression is captured as openly amused. A rare public laugh in a setting meant to advertise Germany's modernity. The 1936 Olympics were a polished shop window. The regime wanted foreign visitors to see order, competence, and culture, not brutality. 6. The Duke and Duchess of Windsor at the Berghoff, the 22nd of October 1937. In October 1937, the Duke and Duchess of Windsor visited Hitler at his mountain residence. Photographs of this meeting show a carefully arranged, diplomatic atmosphere, and in at least one widely circulated image, Hitler's expression is light, a smile that reads as social ease. 7. Hitler and Albert Speer on the Obersalzberg, the 21st of June 1939. Next, a different kind of intimacy. The dictator with his architect. There is an archival photograph from June 1939 showing Hitler with Albert Speer at the Obersalzberg during a discussion of grand building plans. Hitler's face is engaged, sometimes captured with a pleased expression that suggests enjoyment, even a brief laugh. This matters because architecture was not a hobby. For Hitler, it was ideology in stone. 8. Hitler and Mussolini in Munich, June 1940. Now, a moment of Axis camaraderie. In June 1940, Hitler and Benito Mussolini met in Munich. There are photographs and museum presentations of this meeting in which Hitler appears visibly amused, smiling broadly in Mussolini's company. The timing is crucial. France had fallen, and Nazi Germany appeared triumphant. 9. The Wolfschanz, 1942. Laughter in the headquarters of war. By 1942, the setting shifts to the Foro headquarters at the Wolf's Lair. There is an archival photograph showing Hitler in conversation with senior Nazi figures such as Robert Ley, Ferdinand Porsche, and Hermann Gring. The image captures a lighter expression, a smile that can read as a laugh during conversation. 10. Berghoff, with Eva Braun and dogs. The 14th of June, 1942. We end where we began, on the mountain. In June 1942, there is an archival image of Hitler with Eva Braun at the Berghoff, with dogs nearby. Hitler's expression is relaxed, the face of someone enjoying a domestic scene, smiling in a way that can look like a brief laugh. It is tempting for viewers to read this as a private self, separate from politics, but that separation is precisely what makes the image dangerous.